first thing I want to say is Happy Easter. Happy Easter to everyone out there that celebrates Easter, and to everyone who does not celebrate Easter. Find a reason to celebrate. We got plenty. Find a reason to celebrate. The next thing I want to say is I'm looking for this link right now that was generated in Facebook. You're going to be leaving all your comments in one place. That will be in the Facebook's I'm trying to get the link now. So Facebook, the Summit's Facebook group link. Here we go. I got it right here. I'm posting it in the comments. Go there, everyone. Leave all of your chats there. I'm putting it in a private chat. And I'm checking the list and checking it twice, making sure that everybody is looking real nice. It's looking good. So we are up and running. I want to shout out one of the sponsors real quick, allday.io. If you need anything website related, check out my guy Henry there. He's awesome. He takes care of everything for us here. And he's done a lot of work in Tampa. A lot of work with a lot of big companies. He doesn't charge that much. He's a good dude. So allday.io, check him out. We're going to have announcements. People are going to be giving things away. We're going to have panels. We're going to have lightning rounds. We're going to have everything. But first, we can't have anything without my lovely speakers. So I'm going to announce them one at a time. If everybody could please just give us a quick 10 seconds. Hey, I'm Joy, and I'm the bomb. Wait till you hear from me. That would be amazing. I want to start off with Heidi Aldridge. Heidi, please say hello to everybody. Hit that mute button first. Gotta hit that mute button. It keeps getting us all. No, not able to unmute. Is anybody able to unmute at this time? Maria. There you go. We're going to start with Maria while Heidi gets that underway. Maria, say hi to everyone, please.
Hello, everybody, and thank you very much for the privilege to be with you. And I would like to greet everybody on the live feed as well as those in the replay. It's nice to be here.
Nice, nice. Cindy, you look like you're ready to go. Please say hi to everyone.
I was born ready, baby. I'm Cindy. I'm so excited to be a part of this, and this is going to be an awesome conversation.
Yes, it definitely is. Heidi, you ready now?
Yes, I think my mouse died, so I couldn't click on the mute button. So I'm not an idiot. I did know where the mute button was. So I plugged in my mouse so it can get some juice for a second. So yes, I'm Heidi. I'm here.
I just plain old forgot. I look, it is what it is. No, I'm just playing. Joy, please say hello to everyone.
Yes, good morning, everyone. It's absolutely amazing to see you guys here so early this morning, at least on the Pacific Coast, and everyone here on the replay. I'm really excited to dive into the laws.
Yes, and I can't wait to dive into the laws. Key emphasis on that is the laws. CJ is going to be joining us in a second. He's having a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're just going to get rolling. We're going to get rolling, and today is very special for me because every summer I like to have somebody come on that specializes in a specific category. We had DJ Stutz came in and talked about parenting, and we go to different areas. But this summit, we've got a couple people speaking about a couple different things. Joy's going to be talking about the different laws, because it's not just the law of attraction. There are other laws. Cindy's going to be talking about numerology, which is basically, I think of it like this. This is the way I kind of think of it. Like, you see how we get a full moon, or the moon acts a certain way, and nature starts acting a certain way. The waves start acting differently. The moon is dictating a lot of things about the earth, including how it was created, specifically how it was created. Now, imagine what it's doing to your body. Imagine what it's doing to the water cells that make up 90+% of our bodies. Now, imagine what it's doing to you while you're being born. Knowing this part about the moon and the time and all that other stuff, it gives you a little bit more clarity of who you are. Have you ever wanted something, then got it, and you're like, I didn't even really want this? Yeah, we've all done that a lot. Imagine if you can cut to the chase, see what you want by taking a little test. And Cindy, please put that link up for me in the private chat so I can put it in the comments for everyone to see. You could take this, not a test, but just enter your information. You don't have to know the minute or the second that you were born. Just bring in the date. And you don't even have to know that. Actually, we were talking about it. But these are the things that you are going to learn about yourself. The whole point in this summit, okay, it's a nice round table campfire type discussion where we're going to go over different law of attraction practices. Let me grab this. Paste it in the comments right there for everybody. You're going to be learning different law of attraction practices. Learning them is great. That's not nothing without implementing them. We'll get to that in a second. Learning them is the most strategically, that's the best part about it. Because if you're not trying to find out how to better you, then nobody else is. If you're just going to work 40 hours a week and coming home and cooking dinner and cleaning, going back to sleep and rinse and repeat, and you're not finding ways to make yourself a better person, then you can't expect to wake up tomorrow a better person. You can't expect to wake up in better situations until you make that change. So these are the shifts that we're going to be working on. These are the shifts that we're going to be talking about today. And once again, shout out all the love coming from everybody in Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and Twitch and everywhere else we're live streaming too. So I'm just all around amped up. Are you guys amped up? You guys ready to get this popping? Nice. Now, before we get to our first speaker, Heidi's going to come on. Heidi from the lemonade stand. She's going to come on. I want to just go around the room real quick and just give a little 2-minute blurb about who you are, what you would say you specialize in, and what you plan to contribute to the Law of Attraction Summit today, what you want people to take away from hearing you speak today. And everybody at home, I made sure that my speakers know that they are not to leave you empty-handed. Nobody is to leave you with halfway information and say, go over here and pick up my $400 program. No, we're going to leave you with practical things you can do right when you're done listening. Things you can do in your chair that no one even knows you're doing. Little mental exercises, as I like to call them. So that is what we're going to do today. First, let's go. Matter of fact, let's go in order. Heidi, you're going to be speaking first. Give us a little 2-minute and tell us about the lemonade stand and your purpose behind that with the podcast and everything.
Yeah, I'm Heidi, and I have Heidi's Lemonade Stand, which is a podcast where I interview real people and they share real stories of experience that have happened in their life where they've taken a lemon, a tragedy, a challenge, something very difficult, a hardship, and made our world better because of it. And so they've turned that around and are doing something to help others, or have written a book or started a support group, or many, many things. I've interviewed over almost 200 people now, and very inspiring and uplifting. And I'm grateful to be able to have this experience, to be able to get to know people and learn from them and hear what the power of positivity can do for people in their lives. So it's been pretty fun.
Soldiers. Let me not forget. I always forget to throw up the applause.
That's awesome.
These are what I like to call, everyone at home, these are what I like to call soldiers in the war on negativity. Okay? If you are, like I said, going to work, rat race, go home, cook, clean, and then go to the next day, I'm not saying nothing's wrong with that. That's just average daily life. But if you're taking time out of your day to proactively help other people's mental state, mental awareness, then I call you a soldier in the war on negativity. And if you're out here proactively spreading it like we are to the masses, and you're receiving that information not from a book, you're doing mental work and getting it from up here. That's what I call profit. So I would label everyone here as some type of profit. And I'm kind of leaning towards changing the name of the summit to just profits. Because people hear the word profits and they're like, let me get a hashtag profits in the comments, by the way. All the speakers, please hashtag comments in the profits in the comments. I want to make sure everybody is on here and working with us. A lot of people hear profit and they're like, oh, that comes once every 1,000 years. For me, that's somebody that is tapping into the source, getting great information, and feels compelled to share it with others to better their lives. because that's how good of a person you are. That's just what you want to do with your day to day. That's a profit to me. So to me, I'm thinking about just hashtag profits, you know, just changing the name to that. You guys can let me know what you think about that. But yes, soldiers, that's what all my speakers are. Soldiers in the war on negativity, prophets doing what they can to help the world. Doing what they can to help the world. And yes, we have the correct spelling of prophets this time. I think, Cindy, when we were doing a live stream, somebody spelled it P-H-R-O-P-H-E-F. They spelled it all crazy because I spelled it P-R-O-F-I-T-S. It's so funny. But Cindy, go ahead. Give us a little 2-minute blurb of, you know, everything we can get about you. And Cindy's the one that's going to be talking about numerology, you guys. So have your questions ready for her. Go ahead, Cindy.
Thank you. I am an intuitive channel for the numbers, and I'm passionate about working with healers, coaches, spiritual teachers to live a life of thriving versus simply surviving. So I use numerology, universal laws. I've also got a podcast, Rebel Radio, that I interview people about unity consciousness and numerology and all sorts of fun stuff.
Nice. Now I'm going to post the link where you can find her numerology junkies on Facebook. I'm curious. Is there anything? Give me something real quick that people can say. Ooh, let me go look up my number. Something that they can, something that's going to make them run and look it up real quick right now.
Yeah, well, don't we all want to know a little bit more about ourselves so that we can navigate this world a little easier? And for me, the numbers just speak to that specifically. So go grab your free numerology reading, take a look at it. Don't just throw it in the drawer like it's something cool that you just looked at. Actually explore it and read into it and feel into it, journal with it, meditate with it, and learn a little bit more about yourself today.
100%. She said something key, because I can tell you something about yourself that you didn't know. And you could be dumbfounded. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. And then put it on the shelf and never deal with it again. And that kind of makes it a pointless encounter. Everything that we deal with is kind of like a crystal. Shout out to rose quartz. Everything's kind of like a crystal, which I forget where I heard it, but they say a crystal is like a magnifying glass. Sitting on the counter, it's just a magnifying glass. It's just going to sit there. Until you pick it up and interact with it, that's when it becomes effective. And this is the same thing with numerology or anything else in life. You get it and throw it on the shelf, it's pointless. What was the point? Get it and use it. Is anybody able to unmute at this time? Maria. There you go. We're going to start with Maria while Heidi gets that underway. Maria, say hi to everyone, please.
Hello, everybody, and thank you very much for the privilege to be with you. And I would like to greet everybody on the live feed as well as those in the replay. It's nice to be here.
Today is very special for me because every summer I like to have somebody come on that specializes in a specific category. We had DJ Stutz came in and talked about parenting, and we go to different areas. But this summer we've got a couple people speaking about a couple different things. Joy's going to be talking about the different laws, because it's not just the law of attraction. There are other laws. Cindy's going to be talking about numerology, which is basically, I think of it like this. This is the way I kind of think of it. Like, you see how we get a full moon or the moon acts a certain way and nature starts acting a certain way. The waves start acting differently. The moon is dictating a lot of things about the earth, including how it was created, specifically how it was created. Now imagine what it's doing to your body. Imagine what it's doing to the water cells that make up 90+% of our bodies. Now imagine what it's doing to you while you're being born. Knowing this part about the moon and the time and all that other stuff, it gives you a little bit more clarity of who you are. Have you ever wanted something, then got it, and you're like, I don't even really want this? Yeah, we've all done that a lot. Imagine if you can cut to the chase, see what you want by taking a little test And Cindy, please put that link up for me in the private chat so I can put it in the comments for everyone to see. You could take this, not a test, but just enter your information. You don't have to know the minute or the second that you were born. Just bring in the date. And you don't even have to know that. Actually, we were talking about it. But these are the things that you are going to learn about yourself. The whole point in this summit, okay? It's a nice round table campfire type discussion where we're going to go over different law of attraction practices. Let me grab this. Paste it in the comments right there for everybody. You're going to be learning different law of attraction practices. Learning them is great. That's not nothing without implementing them. We'll get to that in a second. Learning them is the most strategically, that's the best part about it. Because if you're not trying to find out how to better you, then nobody else is. If you're just going to work 40 hours a week and coming home and cooking dinner and cleaning, going back to sleep and rinse and repeat, and you're not finding ways to make yourself a better person, then you can't expect to wake up tomorrow a better person. You can't expect to wake up in better situations until you make that change. So these are the shifts that we're going to be working on. These are the shifts that we're going to be talking about today. And once again, shout out all the love coming from everybody in Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and Twitch and everywhere else we're live streaming too. So I'm just all around amped up. Are you guys amped up? You guys ready to get this popping? Nice. Now, before we get to our first speaker, Heidi's going to come on. Heidi from the lemonade stand. She's going to come on. I want to just go around the room real quick and just give a little 2-minute blurb about who you are, what you would say you specialize in, and what you plan to contribute to the Law of Attraction Summit today. What you want people to take away from hearing you speak today. And everybody at home, I make sure that my speakers know that they are not to leave you empty-handed. Nobody is to leave you with halfway information and say, go over here and pick up my $400 program. No, we're going to leave you with practical things you can do right when you're done listening. Things you can do in your chair that no one even knows you're doing. Little mental exercises, as I like to call them. So that is what we're going to do today. First, let's go. Matter of fact, let's go in order. Heidi, you're going to be speaking first. Give us a little 2-minute and tell us about the lemonade stand and your purpose behind that with the podcast and everything.
Yeah, I'm Heidi, and I have Heidi's Lemonade Stand, which is a podcast where I interview real people and they share real stories of experience that have happened in their life where they've taken a lemon, a tragedy, a challenge, something very difficult, a hardship, and made our world better because of it. And so they've turned that around and are doing something to help others, or have written a book or started a support group, or many, many things. I've interviewed over almost 200 people now, and very inspiring and uplifting. And I'm grateful to be able to have this experience, to be able to get to know people and learn from them and hear what the power of positivity can do for people in their lives. So it's been pretty fun.
Soldiers, let me not forget. I always forget to throw up the applause.
That's awesome.
These are what I like to call, everyone at home, these are what I like to call soldiers in the war on negativity. Okay? If you are, like I said, going to work, rat race, go home, cook, clean, and then go to the next day, I'm not saying nothing's wrong with that. That's just average daily life. But if you're taking time out of your day to proactively help others, other people's mental state, mental awareness, then I call you a soldier in the war on negativity. And if you're out here proactively spreading it like we are to the masses, and you're receiving that information not from a book, you're doing mental work and getting it from up here. That's what I call profit. So I would label everyone here as some type of profit. Next up, Maria, coming to us from, you're currently in South Africa, right? Nice.
Yes, that's correct. I'm currently sharing my story of how I almost killed myself, mentally, physically, health-wise, financially, and on all levels, and how I practiced law of attraction even before I knew about it, and I was micro-shifting without knowing it, and how I micro-shifted from below zero to where I am today. And that's what I teach and show others, that anybody can do it. There's always hope. And if I could do it, you could do it, because I'm just a barefoot child from the Free State Farms in South Africa.
There it is. There it is. And we're going to talk about how she healed herself of body pain. Zero body pain, right? That's what I want to hear. That's why, I got some herniations that need to get taken care of. We're going to knock all that out today. And this board behind me, this nice, beautiful whiteboard, is going to be filled with great information. You never know who's watching. You never know who's going to watch. Bob Proctor was at my first 2 summits. Go figure.
Oh
Go
my
figure.
gosh, that's like my hero.
Yeah, so it's like, and I didn't even see that. I wasn't going for it. I wasn't asking for it. I ended up, Mindy is her name. She works with Bob Proctor's wife, and she reached out to me about the summit just to tell me it was great and she loved what I was doing. I was like, well, she said she was a rookie in the game. I said, yo, won't you come up? Rookies are welcome at these summits, because I sometimes learn from rookies, and other rookies are going to hear what you're saying and be like, okay, yeah, I'm thinking that same thing too. So they're very valuable. And so I brought her in. But yeah, stuff like that. You never know who's watching. So keep your mind open. Run the best case scenario. Maria, real quick, because we're coming up on our 1 o'clock. Let us know how you get past that hole already, and what happens when the ego comes kicking your back in. And then we're gonna get to Donna Ferguson. I get to announce Donna, but go ahead, Maria, go ahead.
I think I'm living proof of it at this stage. I don't even understand how it worked. For practically most of my adult life, 30 years, I've been battling for non-curable autoimmune disorders. And I've learned all these things, and I struggled with this, and I learned about everything. And I think we don't realize how strong the connection between mind and body is. From since before I went to school, I wanted to be an artist. And I think it even started there, where I was not congruent with my passion and what I wanted to do. And how it weakened my immune system, and how I learned all this knowledge. And I think we give up too early, a lot of us. My motto and my practice became that giving up is not an option. And literally what happened in a session in January was that somebody told me to let go of the conversation in my head where I said, I will find that cure. For 30 years I've said it, and they told me there's no cure. Eventually I stopped arguing with the doctors, and I wasn't even aware of it, that I was arguing with myself in my head. Until Dan said to me, stop arguing in your own head with you, because you're doing everything. And while he said it, I thought, okay, I wasn't even aware that I was doing it. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I will look into it. And at the end of that 2-hour workshop, my pain was gone. Like in literally no pain. I still I can't comprehend it, and I still get emotional about it. I think I'm a very good example of not to give up.
I learned a while ago with manifesting, it's the things that you would give up on. If you didn't get them in a couple of months, it's the things you would give up on that you don't get. But it's the things that you will hold on to forever, that you just would hold on till death. Those are the things we end up getting. Like the, it's the things we're willing to hold out to death for. That's what you need. That's what we want. That's what you want to shoot for. And those are the type of things I've asked over 1,000 people in my life, what would you do for free for 40 hours a week? Because you love to do it that much. Out of the thousands of people I've asked, I think I've gotten 4 answers. 2 of them were from children. Most adults have never even entertained that question. Right? But what if they do, or what if it does? That's basically any time where your ego says you can't or you don't, you just ask, what if I did? What if it does? Well, what if I do? Ask those questions to the ego, and it has no choice but to shut up and let the subconscious honestly answer the question. And the answer is usually, it would feel great if I had that promotion. It would feel great if I was healthier, if I didn't have these body pains. So key in on those days, sign up for the newsletter, and use the group. Neo-Positivity Thoughts Become Things Summit Facebook group as a source to get your daily positivity and to share with others. Speaking of body pain, I'm going to bring up our next speaker who has been through a lot. She's been through a lot, and she's representing all of Africa, coming from South Africa. Everybody, please welcome Maria Elizabeth Van. I'm going to let you go with that one.
That's why I use only Maria Elizabeth.
I almost forgot. I'm slacking with that. All right. Maria Elizabeth, please tell us how you use the law of attraction in your day-to-day and what has it done for you.
The very first thing is I want to say how much I relate to the knowledge that Joy has. And one of the things that I've learned is that if you don't have the mind-heart connection, I think that's actually why it took me 30 years to get where I'm supposed to be. Going through everything that I've gone through, I believe that they were lessons, and that they were lessons that took me where I was supposed to go. Though I learned all these things and I was doing these things, I was not in being. We need to know that we need to be, and one of the lessons I've learned as well is to forget the past, to not drag it behind you, and to live in the moment for the moment. And to plan your future, knowing that 99.9% of it is not going to work out the way you planned it. I also found that in my daily actions, the fact that you do these things that you read and you learn about, but you don't know where you're going. And to persist, to never give up, doesn't matter what the situation is, that there's always hope. Whether it's body pain, finances, being a single parent, losing your job, losing everything that you have. We need to learn from these things. I, for instance, had a very happy childhood. And I think it made me a very judgmental and a black and white person. It was right or wrong. And everything that I went through taught me that everything has gray areas. And it's still teaching me every day. It is important that we start living in the moment, knowing and hoping and believing and just never giving up. And the way I use law of attraction is I actually started living it. When I go to the shop, I manifest the parking I want. That was the very first thing that I learned from The Secret. I've got this big tree that's a shade, and I start living it that way. At this stage, I still don't know exactly what happened to me. For 30 years, I've been studying these things. I've been doing them, but I think I have not been them. I'm a person full of love. I do all the things that I was taught. And sometimes you need someone with the knowledge and with the skills to just push you over the edge. That vibration that you have to be in is so important. It's that being again and not the doing. To be in the right vibration, to do everything. For instance, in my case, I asked Dan Mangena, for the past 3-4 years, I've been doing cold showers, the health. I've been doing everything for 30 years. But it feels as if on a subconscious mind level, on quantum physical level, on cell memory level, something was blocking me. And I can't find someone who can help me. And that's why I kept searching. I just decided I would not give up. But because I could not live my passion, what happened is my whole life I also didn't know what my purpose was. And passion and purpose is not always the same thing. My passion is art and travel. I wanted to be a full-time artist. But the road I walked, because I had to do jobs, or you believe you have to do them. You believe there is no other way. And because I did that, it made me ill. It made me all these things happen to me. But as we know, it's actually for me. Because on this journey, I learned what my purpose is. Since a very young age, I was actually telling my mother today, it was never enough for me to just have a job, go to work, make lunch, go to sleep, rinse and repeat. I always felt there was something more to life. There was something I needed to leave. And all these hardships, and on my YouTube channel, I talk about this because it's impossible to tell what I've been through in 5 minutes or 10 minutes or even an hour. But these hardships moved me because I found my pain and how to solve it. All these things that I've learned, and now I ended up solving a problem which is almost everybody has, and now after the pandemic, it's even worse. I've solved my problem of how I couldn't find US dollars. So now I've searched for the 0.1% of real passive make money online. And the time and the energy and everything came together at a time like this when everybody needs it. And when I was talking about money and how to make passive income and how to change your life and take action, Dan Mangena in a money workshop said, who's a volunteer? I said, well, me. I don't even know if I have money blocks, but if I have them, please remove them. And as a side effect, I was healed in that session. Like in minutes, it was poof and everything was gone. And since then as well, it's as if the floodgates has opened on all levels, not just money and health. So today I want to say, make sure that your heart and mind connection is not broken, because it's very important. And when you can't find what you are looking for, keep searching, because that search and what you do while searching, while keeping moving, take that micro steps, whether it's 1 day at a time or 1 second at a time. Go at your pace, but just keep moving and never give up. There is always, always hope. And that is what I would like to say. And I hope that I can give hope today, no matter what situation you are in, whether it's health, financial, relationship, mental strength. The reality is there is always hope. Just never give up. Giving up is not an option.
I love it. I love it. Matter of fact, we're gonna get some audience applause in there. I was gonna try to surprise you and get Dan to jump in here. Shauna, could you please send Dan Mangena the StreamYard link? See if he'll jump in here. I just text him, see what he's doing, see if he'll jump in. I thought about it last night. I should have texted him last night. But as you can imagine, so much was going on. But yes, body pain. Let me tell you something. Physical pain and money are the two things that I have not been able to fully conquer as far as the law of attraction. So yes, it's hard to tell yourself you're healthy. It's hard to tell yourself you're not in pain if you are. And it's very hard to tell yourself you're rich when you're broke. So those two things have been major struggles for a tremendous amount of people. And thank you, Maria, for coming on and sharing this, your story with us. I believe that was January you were watching January Summit, or when you saw Dan Mangena speaking. He's a great dude. Every time I talk to him, I learn something new. Every time I talk to him, I learn something new. That's why I had to make sure he came in and co-hosted I think August Summit with me. So we're gonna try to get him in here. Until I can get him, I want to do some more pain work. I want to ask you and anyone else who's experienced this, especially Cindy, who at some point, I'm assuming, had to go through some type of withdrawal, you know? And I don't know that to be painful. I've seen it in movies. It looks absolutely freaking terrible. And I don't know if you knew the law of attraction or anything, if you were spiritual at that point and that was your turning point. But I want to know how you guys get through those pain points when you're sitting there by yourself, trying to meditate or trying to enjoy your day, and the brain just keeps kicking you because the pain just keeps kicking you. So hit me with what you do with your mind, not what you're going to do tomorrow or for the next half an hour. In that moment, what do you keep saying to yourself? Because it keeps beating you. It keeps beating in your head. Like if your grandma's in the hospital and you're trying to stay positive, it just keeps coming. So what do you do with your mind at that point?
At a stage when no morphine or fentanyl, which is 300 times stronger than morphine, would work, I was sent to a psychologist to teach me how to use mind control to control my pain. So again, it comes to knowledge. For instance, she handled people like there's a guy that was crushed against the wall by a buffalo. And he arrived at her and he told her that if you can't help me because no pain medication is working, and if you can't help me, I'm going to commit suicide. So again, it comes to finding the right people, finding the real stuff. But that is often the most difficult thing in life to find, is the right people to follow, the right information. Searching for the past decade, for instance, for making passive money online, I had to filter through 99.9% of scams to find the 0.1%. Learning to market online, learning law of attraction, all these things you have to filter and get to the real 0.1%. And that, I think that is the most difficult part. And like everything in life, that's where persistence comes in. But like deciding to hate your ex or to hate your job or whatever, it's a decision that you make before the feeling. It's not about a feeling. Irrespective of what you feel like, you make the decision that I am going to get there. I am going to find this. I am going to find the cure. But in the same breath, that persistence saying I am going to find it. When all the doctors and everybody tells me there's no cure, those are the same things that makes you hold on to that problem. So it's a very fine line of finding it and holding on to it. So you can let go of it and focus on where you are going and where you want to be. In my case, for instance, what happened is the last 3-4 years, I've been so focused on where I'm going and where what I want for my life, that when I did meet Dan, I believe his knowledge and his level of energy that he was vibrating is literally what pushed me over. He had the knowledge and the vibration to do it. And that's what I needed. And it comes back to when the student is ready, the master appears. Just never give up. Just persist and decide, I am going to do it, even if it takes you 30 years.
Oh, everyone, please either hashtag decide or hashtag I am in the comments. And I'm actually curious to see which one you guys depend on the most, or not depend on, but lean on the most, because deciding is a command. you're demanding that the universe bend with you. And I am is more of a declaration. I am this. I mean, they're both deciding, but they kind of come at the universe in different type of lights. Please get that in the comments. Everybody watching, put that in the comments, whichever one you gravitate towards most.
This is interesting. I was listening to something yesterday, and it was a wonderful woman. She's going to be on my summit, and I really wanted to tap into the work that she does. And she had this course called Mirror. It came up during that 2-hour session yesterday that when we get a headache or a migraine, it is actually two thoughts coming together, fighting each other because we are about to quantum leap. And therefore, we have to work out which one is resisting and which one is going to take us on the leap.
I never thought about
I thought that was quite profound, because I get headaches from time to time, and I've noticed when I've had them that something has shifted soon after.
I can attest to that. I can attest to that. Or something had just previously shifted, or didn't shift after. No, there's I'm really starting to put that together. I'm really starting to put that together. I like that. I want to dip into that more. But I wanted to get everybody else's take on, I don't want to call it cell rejuvenation, because rejuvenate makes me think of drinking Gatorade. I'm talking about a cellular restructure using what is it, neuroplasticity? Is that what it's called? How is it exactly that works? I want anybody to come up and just give me real quick. Okay, Maria's gonna jump on it. 60 seconds. I need you to explain to a skeptic how they could possibly change their cells, their molecular structure, off of thoughts.
I'm going to give you a very simple exercise. If our systems are in alkaline, you won't get any disease. And if you follow Wim Hof, you can literally in 15 minutes every morning, by a breathing exercise, put your whole system down to cellular memory, cellular level. You can put it into alkaline.
Hold up, I'm turning the timer off because I need you to talk about this breathing techniques. And that's I almost forgot. I need everyone's breathing techniques. Anything you got, where you learned it. I don't care if it halfway works. I need them all. I'm collecting breathing techniques and using them for myself. I suggest everyone at home do the same thing. So Maria, what breathing techniques do you use, especially for this cellular restructure we're talking about?
If you go to Wim Hof's website, he gives all of that. And unfortunately, you're not going to like what I say new, because cold showers and ice baths are part of it. But you can literally every morning it's almost like hyperventilating, and it's free on his website. He teaches you for free.
The Wim Hof method?
Yes. Okay. How you breathe. He actually has taken a Lewis house, and he demonstrated as well how he took him and he made him, let's say do 50 push-ups, and then he made him do the exercise, and he held his breath, and because of the oxygen going to cellular level, to that level, he could do double the exercises he was doing. And if you go follow him as well, you will see that he's got, they injected him with E. coli and 12 other people at the University of, I think it was the Netherlands, and how with his breathing exercises and mind control, he was able to fight E. coli. Everybody else got ill except him. And then they said it's because he's special, but he's got a twin brother that cannot do it. So he teaches people exactly how to do it. He climbed Everest and all those places in a pair of shorts.
Matter of fact, I just typed it in the comments and I see the picture of him. Looks like he's on Mount Everest meditating in a pair of shorts. Now, a lot of people see stuff like this. I get it. The whole skeptic, woo woo, da da da. I get it. But he's obviously sitting there. He did it. So that's just that. But as far as the breathing exercises, what I got from him, there's, I think it's you breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 7 seconds, breathe out for 8 seconds. It's a really dope thing that it does. I can't fully explain it. I just know sometimes you're breathing in your right nostril, sometimes you're breathing out your left. It switches, and each one does something different mentally. So it's a lot to get into, but I know it's really powerful. Have the confidence that it's going to work, and it will. Mind and heart coherence. I don't even have to speak to that. You can't be on two separate pages. You know what happens when the company's divided into two. You know what happened when an idea is going in two different directions. It needs to find some kind of tranquility, some kind of oneness, or it's just not going to work. For your mind or your heart to not be working for you, let's not do that. And the last thing I wrote down was basically the 3 levels of how you could use the law of attraction in your favor. I guess I could word it up like that. If you're going to sit here and think things all day because you're constantly surrounded by people and you don't want to say things out loud, it's great. It works. Just know that saying it out loud is more impactful. So I suggest you take time out of your day, find a quiet space where no one is, and do a little bit of talking out loud. So it's a bad thing. So I'm not going to say talk to yourself. Because I don't want you to talk to yourself. I want you to get in a quiet room and talk to God, talk to the universe, talk to God money about your relationship, how it's been in the past and how you expect it to be in the future. Talk with God health about your relationship and how it's been in the bad and how you expect it to be in the future, and have the same conversation with God shelter, and make sure you thank it for all the times that it's been there for you. Because even if you were living in a cardboard box, that box was protecting you from the rain. Take it from a person who comes from a town with lots of homeless people. A cardboard box is heaven to some people when it's raining outside, or sleet. For those of you who know what experience sleet on a regular basis, it is not a fun thing to be around. So yes, keying on those things. Before I give this little wrap up segment, is there anything that you guys want to leave people with? I'm gonna throw 1 minute on the clock. And then you could start with Maria if you're ready. Something to just leave everybody with. I like everyone to leave anything I'm doing with a practical exercise, something that they can do right now, not tonight, not tomorrow, not after they go to your website and purchase your book. Something they can feel confident. I can do this right now in the car on the way home, and it's going to make me feel better or vibrate at a better frequency or have a better day or whatever the situation is. Maria, you're up.
I would like to say, because I'm in the money sphere, I want people to think about it, that money is energy. But attracting money into your life doesn't always mean attracting physical money. You can today offer me $1 billion, and I would not change it. I would not take it if I had to go back to where I was. And I want people to start looking at what comes to you in terms of money, but not in hard cash. I mean, I'm a billionaire. I think I'm a trillionaire today. Because if you offer me $1 trillion, I would not take it in exchange for my health. Quantify what you get and what you have and be thankful for it, because it's not always in hard cash.
That reminds me of something, I forget where it was. The guy said, if I gave you $1 million today, the only catch is you only have one more day to live. Would you take the $1 million? And the people who answer are like, no. All right, well, what about 10 million? No. What about $1 billion? No. And that's what it is. Life is more precious than any dollar amount you can put out there. So get you that life. Well, you got the life. Live it. live it. Smile a little bit more and live it. So go ahead, Maria. Give your information how everybody can get a hold of you.
I've got 10 free gifts, but I'm not going to post all of them in the box. They can contact me at makepassivemonynow@gmail.com.